Obviously, that was a special moment to see this program's name pop up on the tournament list there. I guess take me through that moment and how big of a deal this is for this program.
Well, obviously, it's been a long time coming. I guess when I came here 11 years ago, that was the goal, to win a CHA championship and get into the NCAAs and play for a national championship. But it's taken a little longer than I think we had anticipated. But sometimes things take a little longer, and we stumbled a little bit along the way. We had tough luck in a few championship games. I mean, that was our 7th championship game. Lucky 7, I guess. But, and there's a lot of disappointment along the way. But I think that makes this even more special, that when you have a lot of disappointment, things didn't come easy. And I think you really respect how hard it is to win a championship and now to be in the NCAA. So we're very excited. Yeah, it took a long time, but it's been worth the wait. And we're really excited for this group. And actually, this group has accomplished what other teams hadn't, but it's for them too. And I think for our program, this is a signature time for us, and it's something that now our younger kids can build off this. And I think for our seniors to be able to leave a legacy of a championship and an NCAA berth, and hopefully we can go a few weeks into the NCAA. And I think for our younger kids to just now, this is what they know, and this is the culture. It's taken us a little while, but this is the culture that we want.
The girls talked about it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. And now you get to go up against the #1 ranked team in the nation, #1 seed. What's the message this week as you head into practice and get ready to face them?
Well, as you know, our sport's a long sport. I mean, with our exhibition games and playoffs, we play 40 games, and it's 2 semesters. So maybe things that happened, in the first semester, we have to have short-term memory and just move forward. We learned a lot. We had a tough, aggressive schedule, non-league schedule, and with Wisconsin being a team that we went out, and so we know the drill. It's like a dress rehearsal that we had in late November. Just being out there, and they sell their rink out, and it's big time hockey out there, and so we've been there, and we've rehearsed it, and I think our kids are certainly probably feeling to the point where we're confident in our abilities, what we've done lately, and if you look at our record over the last month, we've done a good job. And I think, as you mentioned, the girls said it's how you finish. In this past week, 3 wins in 3 days, and we played really well. And we just have to ride that momentum, put it on the plane, and take it out there with us. And what happened previously was experience. You draw off your experiences, and we got a hungry group here, and they're motivated. And I'm sure Wisconsin's probably looking past us. So I think a lot of things can be in our favor.
When you look at that NCAA bracket, a lot of those teams you played this year.
Absolutely.
Does that kind of motivate the girls, knowing, we're one of those 8 teams, and we can hang with anyone in this bracket?
Well, absolutely. You see Boston College up there. We played them. Clarkson, Cornell, Princeton. So those teams were very familiar with the teams that are in the top. So we've played with them. I mean, granted, Wisconsin, Minnesota are just a notch above. I think everyone, they're really deep. But you know what? They have a goalie and 5 skaters, just like we do. That's all you can have out there at one time. And I think that's the mentality we have to have. We'll relish being underdogs. The fact that I'm sure they're looking past us. For us now to just get organized this week, get motivated, and go out there and just play our best.
You understand the gravity of that moment when you saw your team's name pop up there, and how, as you're saying, this should be the standard moving forward. 10, 20 years from now, this could be the turning point.
Yeah, I'd like to think that it could propel us into where our culture believes at the start of each year that this is something that, you have an extra motivation once you've been there. And I sensed it on Friday, the way the kids responded and played, and you really got a sense of it after. And then just seeing them here tonight when Syracuse was up there on the board, and I think that's something now that's a huge motivational factor for our program. And it's the kids that are here now for sure, and hopefully the kids that in the future that arrive here and have that sense that this is what we're all about. We want to strive for that, And just being in an athletic department like Syracuse University with teams that routinely are going into the NCAAs and doing great things, you just get that feeling. So our kids get it just being on campus, being around other athletes. We get it as coaches, being amongst some great coaches and teams. So I think it's the culture what we've worked for, and we want to cultivate this, and now it's our job to try to maintain it.
Good.